Hello everyone, and today's video is going to be on the veil that I mentioned in last night's Instagram post. So at the moment we have a veil that is quite thin, and when the veils are thin, it automatically kind of opens a portal, and when this portal is open, it allows us to see into other dimensions, including our timeline of what lies ahead. And then we will have this feeling or knowing or downloads or insight of what kind of lies ahead for us and for our future. And it's almost like when we can see that what is ahead for us, we can almost, manifest that and bring that into our reality. But the veil itself is called a shadow void. And this is the little explanation, right? So I've got my veil. This is what it's like. So you can see the veil, and I can see through the veil, but I'm limited with what I can see. Okay, so I'm getting little glimpses of what's ahead and what's around. I can have a look around and see what other people are going through what's coming for them or what they're going through in their own veil. But it's almost like this void, and because it's dark and it's shadowy, I have to be the one to clear this shadow in order to then completely see what lies ahead for me. And you'll know that you are in this shadow void. It started around February and it's going to go all the way through till about mid-March. You'll know if you are experiencing this and being presented with this shadow void, because there's a heaviness in the air and it feels very tiring and very draining. But you'll notice too that certain situations keep coming back up, and certain patterns will keep coming to the surface for you to realize. And so this is your shadow. This is the part of your own shadow self to have a look within. The universe isn't giving you these patterns or experiences. The universe is simply mirroring to you what these experiences and patterns are, so you can then see that for yourself. So if you've got a certain pattern that keeps coming up, an example for this would be, so say you, and this is a relatable one for so many of you, okay? So say you're single and you keep going on dates and you keep attracting the same type of person into your life. It's not what you want, but it's what you seem to keep attracting. So you might keep attracting potential partners that are already in other relationships, or perhaps they are emotionally unavailable, and you keep thinking, what's wrong? Like, I've got myself together, I'm emotionally ready, I'm not in another relationship, I want to be exclusive with someone, why am I getting this? And that pattern will keep coming up to you and keep being presented to you until you're willing to look within your own shadow to see what part of you keeps attracting from that wound. So most of the time it often comes down to, like a self-worth. There's something in your own self-worth where what you're wanting and what you're actually attracting are two very different things. So it's time to work on that self-worth, get it to the place where you're strong enough and empowered enough to go, yes, I want someone, but I am willing to wait for the right person. I'm not going to just go on a date with anyone. They have to have these certain amount of qualities, because otherwise I'm going to have a problem. There's going to be clashing. I'm going to attract the same partner in again. So it's just having that awareness and working through your own shadow for that veil to then be lifted, for you to then be able to view what's ahead of your own timeline. And what's happening at the moment is that we are going through a massive acceleration of ascension. And so I feel like in the past, a few years back, those ascension symptoms used to sort of come in every now and then, and they would last, a couple of days, and then it might be a year before the next lot kind of come in. Lately, it's like it's just coming in very thick and very fast. And it's almost like the information comes in, the physical body struggles, and then you kind of just come out the other side of the integration period and bang, another lot are there waiting for you again. So we are all going through this massive shift and massive ascensions in our consciousness that it is happening a lot faster, and it's very demanding on the physical body. So what I mean by demanding on the physical body is that our consciousness can absorb the information. It takes on the information, the wisdom through what we're reading, what we're learning, listening to podcasts. We are educating ourselves through self-help books, all of this. So we are receiving the information and it's coming into our field. Then as our consciousness is kind of processing it, which it does it very, very quickly, it then kind of comes down into our third dimensional body, right? It comes down to our body, and it's then the logical mind trying to make sense of it all. And it can't make sense of it all yet, right? So the information comes in, the mind's going a bit crazy with all these downloads and information and whatever's coming in through your field. And then it's like the physical body has to then catch up. We also receive information when we are sleeping. We are receiving wisdom. We're connecting to our soul. The knowing, the information, we're receiving all this also while we sleep. And so when we are awake, the physical body is trying to transmute everything and keep up with this new level of consciousness, which is therefore a higher, essentially a higher frequency. And the physical body can't cope. So therefore, it's called, the spiritual flu. We start to get physical symptoms occurring in our body that we can't explain what's going on. But it's like we get ringing in the ear or sore ears, blurry vision, vertigo, dizziness. You can even get like a tickly throat. You keep thinking, I feel like I'm getting a sore throat, but it never eventuates to anything. You can feel very tired, very lethargic, lots of sleep disturbances. You may be oversleeping, or you may be continually waking at 3:30 or 4 in the morning, and then you're up like it's 8 o'clock kind of thing. Could also be purging through your bowels, or through being sick as well. So lots of nausea. All of these physical symptoms is the body's way of trying to adapt and adjust to the new frequency that you are being presented with. So it's really important when we are going through this stage and phase that we are slowing down, that we're allowing ourselves to integrate and embody what is coming in. Because if we keep trying to push through this phase, we're going to almost bypass everything and not allow the integration to come in. The integration is what allows the logical mind to make sense of all the information you've received and all the information that's come through on the consciousness level. So it allows you to then go, I get that. Oh, wow, I'm seeing things now that I didn't see before. Or I'm understanding things now that I didn't understand before. Or I'm believing things now that I didn't believe before. So this period can feel very isolating, very lonely, because you're noticing things about yourself and you're having to reflect and look within. But like I said, the veils are there. So you're also seeing stuff in other people that maybe they aren't even seeing, or maybe they are seeing. So it can be a very confusing and conflicting time at the moment. And so it's really important to just honor yourself, go slow, rest, and try and work through your own things. Because come that time around March, April, that's going to be when the integration period is sort of taken over then. And you're going to be in a very strong place in your own personal power. And when you've got that personal power, you can then call in what it is you're wanting, because you've got clarity on what it is. And you've got clarity on what the next steps are and what lies ahead of you. So I hope that's all makes sense. Thanks for tuning in, and see you later.